Keith, New World Muscle, good morning, buddy. Good morning. I'm watching a good show on Netflix right now. I don't know if you've checked it out yet. It's called The Recruit. Very funny. Very funny. I definitely give it the thumbs up if you guys are looking for something entertaining to watch. I guess there's a season 2. Season 2 is about to come out, but I never even heard of it. So we started watching season 1, and we're like 3 episodes in. Very funny. Very, very funny. And yeah, it's very funny. It's about a guy. He's an attorney in the CIA. He's a rookie, and he gets thrown into the shit. All the older people are hazing him. He can't trust anybody. But he's really, he's funny. He's very funny. It's entertaining. Nathan, what up, brother? What color is my kratom? I prefer white kratom. I have, as far as getting bulk kratom powder goes, so it's interesting if you look at them like packaged up, they look pretty similar. If you have them all next to each other, I've actually had it in like a tea leaf form also versus the ground up powder. I to be honest with you, the tea leaf looking one I have, it's called Super Green, and apparently it's very popular. Also, apparently when you break it down, it has the most mitragrain in it, I suppose, according to what I was taught. But even though it brews up really nicely, it's just like, you know, actually drinking a cup of tea. It makes me tired. It makes me feel very tired. I don't like it. Now, I suppose there are people that do like that, but not me. Zionic, good morning, brother. Scatman. Wednesdays are do your hair day on here. In case you guys at home, even though I can't see you, if you want to get your hair done right. No gym on Wednesdays, so take a little time to get fresh for it in the morning. Good morning, guys. Good morning. Because he was outstanding in the field. I like it. Bolshoi, happy Chinese New Year. Oh, happy Chinese New Year. Year of the snake started. Wow. Best year for a rooster. How about that? Hey, Bolshoi, Chinese New Year. It used to be frustrating back when I had my clothing business back in the day with my ex-wife. You had to be prepared for the Chinese New Year the way that we were manufacturing, because we were manufacturing the leggings in China because it was so much cheaper to do it that way. And they shut it down, guys. They shut it down for like 2 weeks for the Chinese New Year. They really celebrate that out there. Nathan said, should someone who's on TRT take gear support if running Chosen One? Well, I think that everyone should take gear support on whether you're on or not, because it's designed for total body care. It's designed for healthy prostate, heart health, liver health, kidney health, blood flow. So the answer to that question is an easy yes, because everyone should take gear support year round. You know, think of it as life support, you know. What else we got here? Good morning, guys. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome, welcome. Let's see. Kaja Gugu, you are too shy, or soft sell Tainted Love. Well, I'm not familiar with the first song, unless I heard it on the radio, Bolshoi. But you know, Tainted Love is classic. All the different versions of Tainted Love, I love them all. Marta, good morning. Abhishek Tharu. Scatman said, I haven't been to a barber in years. I always go full Britney when it looks like an afro. I had a Britney moment in prison, and I wish that I didn't do it because I actually got in trouble right after I did that. And there was a number of people that were in there that thought that when I shaved my head that I looked Aryan and aggressive and mean, and that people were receiving me differently. So it was a bad move. It was a bad move, but I did let my hair get extremely long. I had a man bun in prison. And then finally, I told MP, my barber, I said, I gotta get rid of this thing. I said, I think I wanna shave my head. He said, MP was, if I could have MP on video, you guys would love MP. MP was from Mississippi. Let me tell you something. Brothers from Mississippi are different. He was real silent. He didn't say a lot. He was a man of very few words. But I told him and he went, I don't think you're gonna like that. And I was like, what do you mean I'm not gonna like it? I've had my hair short before. So he takes the clippers and he goes right through my head. And I was like, ah. And he goes, that's a faux. And I'm like, that's a 4? Okay, don't go any shorter than that. Just do it like a 0 on the sides. And sure enough, I got in trouble after that. They said, Braun's aggressive. And I was like, man, I'm not any different than I was before, but I started looking like one of them white boys after that. Can I show you the road? Well, I'm inside. Who's there? Limit King, good morning, good morning. Bolshoi Kush says, oh yeah, it's crazy in Asia these days because no one works. All Asians drink. Is that true? Do they all drink? I know in Japan there's a high suicide rate, but don't they work like crazy in Japan? Aren't the Japanese known for their notorious work weeks, 80-hour work weeks? And then they get stressed out and they go hang themselves in that forest, that humongous forest. Yes, gear support is great for literally everyone, male or female, to take year round. Westlife or take that? Definitely take that. I saw the Seth Rollins con you mentioned in the podcast. Oh, absolutely, absolutely. Harvey Danger, Flagpole Sitta or Supergrass. We are right. Supergrass Classic, baby. That's a good one. I've got looking to get leaner. He just started TRT, so I want to recommend him the best stuff. Yeah, Chosen One will get him nice and hard on the TRT for sure. For sure. But, you know, I tell everybody, stay on that gear support year round. Scatman says, I just don't like the growing stage of the side hair. It makes, it's the worst. I tried so hard. Scatman, this is what I wanted to do. You guys could all get a picture of this. I wanted to have hair like Ace Rothstein in Casino. Like De Niro, the character he played in Casino, that's the hair that I wanted. So I knew I was gonna have to go through this really crazy stage of getting there. But what happened was the sides started looking so crazy that I was like, you know what? I'm gonna do my own variation of this where I'm gonna slick it all back. But I'll keep the sides faded. And so I tried to do that, but the top was so, if I didn't have shit slicking my hair back, my hair is kind of wavy, and I just looked crazy. Honestly, it looked like somebody that you wouldn't want to be friends with. You'd be like, something's wrong with that guy. So the only thing that I could do was to pull it back and put it in a little ponytail or man bun, which is unacceptable, because I've never seen a guy with a man bun that I wanted to be friends with. In fact, I had an employee who had a man bun, and I said, get rid of that if you want to work for me. Seriously. Now, this version of me, I'd probably allow it. I'd probably allow it. I would just say don't show your face in public. I don't think I'd make him shave his head. But the side phage is the worst. Yes, I agree. If health is your ultimate goal, is there anything you would add to your TRT plus HGH protocol? Not for physical changes, but just for optimization. Well, so I've been experimenting with the Sloop SLU PP332. Take some time to read about that. It's actually got some really outstanding data behind it. If I wanted to just simply answer it, the optimization of your mitochondria, which is involved with all sorts of stuff. The communication between cells. So that's something I've been experimenting with now. Now, of course, you guys know I've talked about glutathione plenty of times. We want to have a healthy liver. If I had endless money and I didn't care, I would consistently do NAD. Absolutely. I would absolutely look into getting some stem cells. I'd probably go and get my body scanned in one of those fancy scan machines. It's about $3,500, $4,000 to do it, but it's sort of like, I guess, a whole body MRI where they can look for cancer cells and things like that. But as far as, you know, what I take, you know, the foundation of muscle and recovery and feeling good is centered around that testosterone growth hormone combination, for sure. I'm not interested in metformin because I do incredible with the glycolog, which is based around super berberine. And you know, I have my fish oils and my turmeric and all the things that I take daily. Let's see here. Bolshoi Kush, Joan Osborne. What if God was one of us? Or Evanescence, My Immortal. Oh, definitely Evanescence. Definitely Evanescence. Beautiful voice. Amy Lee. Also, I don't think that she's a lesbian. No disrespect to the lesbians that are in here right now. I typically go for girls that like guys when it comes to choices like this. Whereas Joan Osborne, definitely a lesbian, no problem. I'm just going with the straight girl on this one. Did you save the number of the guy that saved 10 videos with dildos? I did not, because it was on Snapchat. They're not having kids in Japan for some reason, and women love foreigners. Yes, I read that also. Today's lineup to judge is, why did the bodybuilder bring a ladder to the gym? Because he was taking his gains to the next level. Cyanica is on joke time today. In prison, that's what they call it, joke time. You're on joke time. I like it though. Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch, or New Kids on the Block. Well, I'll be honest with you. I can't say that I really can think of any Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch songs besides It's Just a Good Vibration and Take a Walk on the Wild Side. I couldn't tell you any other song that he sang, that they sang. And I know they had songs because there was a whole funky bunch of them. So I gotta go with NKOTB on that one. Still going around, still touring. Marky Mark doesn't even like talking about his music days. He's like embarrassed about it, which is a shame because Good Vibrations was an awesome song. What is the best cardio routine to lose fat? If I had $1 for every time somebody asked me that one, I'd be a zillionaire. I'd be swimming in money like Scrooge McDuck, like Jason Genova. So here's the thing, guys. When you're doing anything that's burning calories, overall, it comes down to calories in versus calories out, but you can optimize these things, okay? So people will tell you, you can't all these experts now that are spewing information that most of them don't even look good, so I don't know why. Then again, I don't really look good. You guys listen to me. But I did look good. Anyway, let me digress here. When it comes down to getting the most out of cardio, the way that I do cardio with you guys isn't truly the optimal way to do it. The best overall way to do it. I'm doing it fasted, which is good, because I'm just burning what's empty in my system right now, but I'm also loaded up from last night. So truly, the best way to do cardio is when you have your diet on point and you're not in like this big surplus. When you train and you burn up your glycogen from training, it's easier to get into a fat burning zone after you train when you do cardio. But that being said, if you can do HIIT cardio whenever you want to do it, can be any time, literally. If you do HIIT cardio where you're really ramping the intensity up, getting your heart rate way up. See, like when I'm on here right now, let me tell you my heart rate right now. We're not walking very fast. Let's see here. My heart rate is 102. That's not really going, right? So I got to ramp that up anyway. But if you're taking your heart rate up past 140, 150 beats per minute and then letting it come down, getting it back jacked up, letting it come down, that's called high intensity interval training. This has been shown to be more optimal for burning fat, keeping your metabolism going, and you accomplish it in a short amount of time. So when you ask me what is the best way as far as cardio goes to lose fat, that's my answer. Now, why do I not do it like that? Number one, because it sucks and it's hard, and there's no possible way that I could do that and do this. Now, I suppose I could do both. I could. You could say that I'm lazy, maybe, and that's part of it. When I started doing the cardio Q&A, I did it from a marketing standpoint because I wanted to spread the word on my brands and give back to the community and have fun. So for me, I do it fasted. I feel very good doing it fasted. And I just stay on longer to get more out of it. But I'm also still getting a cardiovascular benefit to it because I am elevating my heart rate up and challenging myself to keep doing it all the time. Ronnie James Dio, Rainbow in the Dark, or Alex Cooper, Poison. Didn't we get that question yesterday? Or was it a different Dio song yesterday? I'm going Alice Cooper again, though. Lee Priest, Arnold, Chris Cormier, Sean Ray. So we're going to go Arnold in last place. Sorry, everyone. Wow. Lee Priest, Sean Ray, and Chris Cormier. That's a really tough one because I guess I have to assume they're all at their best that day. Lee Priest was a very, very, very good bodybuilder when he was on. He was a nasty, nasty good bodybuilder. He's beat Chris before. Sean's beat everybody before. So that the easiest person to judge here, I suppose, is Arnold as last. Man, it's tough. I might go Arnold, Lee, Sean, Chris, but that order could be juggled around quite a bit. Lee was probably the freakiest one out of all of them, though. Oh, Edmund, it was so long in prison, bro. It was way longer than that. Zionic, how you doing? How you doing body fat wise, bro? How lean are you? I know you were in that slump. You getting through it or what? Cool Hand Luke with Paul Newman, old school, very old school. Or The Great Escape with Steve McQueen. Oh man, I really enjoy The Great Escape. Who's the girl in that movie? The Great Escape. Bolshoi. That's a good one. Mancini, good morning, bro. I feel like I haven't seen you in a while. What's going on? Ace of Base or TLC? Wow. Very different genres there. Now, I think we would all agree that TLC was a way more successful band. This is tough because TLC's got some really good. Man, I love Ace of Base, but I think I'm going TLC. TLC has Creep. Creep was a great song. What About Your Friends? That was a good song too. That's really old school. I think I'm going with TLC, but if I Saw the Sign came on right now, I'd sing the shit out of it. Keith, you're welcome, man. I'm glad you're doing the glutathione. Amy Lee gained weight. She's the same age as you. Didn't know Joan was a lesbian. Listen, I'm assuming she's a lesbian, Bolshoi. I'm assuming she's a lesbian. She's got lesbian vibes written all over her, and I know my lesbians. If there's one thing I know, it's my lesbians, and it's my gays. It's my gays, you know? What's the number one most lesbian name? I'll tell you right now. Tell me that you don't know a lesbian named Pat. Pat is like the lesbian name. Kristen Graham is here. Hi, Kristen. Definitely not a lesbian. You might like this, meeting a videographer today. They are rolling of the Z06. Oh, very cool. Jealous, I am. Jealous, I am. A little Yoda action for you. I'm looking forward to seeing those. Mississippi Burning in 1988 with Gene Hackman, or The Towering Inferno with Steve McQueen. This one, I'm going off of Steve McQueen. My man Steve McQueen, very cool guy. Legendary actor from that time period. Because Mississippi Burning was really, really good. Marky Mark versus Vanilla Ice. I gotta go Marky Mark. I gotta go Marky Mark. Dexy's Midnight Runners. Come on, Eileen. Or Redneck's Cotton Eye Joe. Holy shit. Cotton Eye Joe. Where did you come from? Where did you go? Where did you come from, Cotton Eye Joe? Cotton Eye Joe, definitely. Woo, that's a good one. Yes. Their vet is awesome too. Seether. Never Leave Broken, or Seether, Never Leave Broken, Seether, or Cold Crossfade. Crossfade was a very good song. That was probably Cold's best song. Lee Priest is a beast, Mancini, one of the greatest to ever do it. What is the shelf life of any kind of roids? I think if they're kept out of the sunlight and in a controlled environment, I think pretty long. I would say more than 4 or 5 years. If they were properly manufactured, separation shouldn't occur, things like that. Belinda Carlisle, Heaven is a Place on Earth. Oh, baby, do you know what that's worth? Oh, heaven is a place on earth. Or Will to Power. Ooh, baby, I love your way every day. Man, I think I gotta go Belinda Carlisle just because I had a crush on her when I was a kid. Do I have a small pee-pee from using steroids? No, I have a small pee-pee because I'm white. I don't got one of them mendangos. But it gets really hard. Brian Rogers, Dawkins or Rat? Ugh. Can't say that I'm a fan of either of them. Man, I don't know. Can I defer to the community on this one? I love how you know Cormier was as good as there was and give him deserved accolades. Yeah, I'm lucky, Badabuko. I got to see him in his prime. I got to see a lot of these guys in their prime. And, man, Chris was really awesome in real life, man. He was incredible. I remember, I told Chris one time, when we were hanging out, we were actually at Firehouse Cafe. I was telling him I saw him at an Arnold after party when I was young, and he was dancing with no shirt on. He was like picking up this chick, and he just looked so crazy. He was laughing. He said he remembered what I was talking about. He really had a crazy frame. His frame was just, he really had a perfect X-frame. He really did. He was just, listen, those guys were competing with some truly just genetically superior human beings at the time. Ronnie Coleman, Flex Wheeler, Chris Cormier, Kevin Levrone, that group right there were on another level. Sean Ray was there, he was just shorter. And then you had a bunch of other guys. Listen, Nasser El Sanbidi, he was a little bit before those guys, really, for the most part. Should have been Mr. Olympia. He got robbed at the Mr. Olympia. I think everybody knows that 1 year where Nasser was second to Dorian was a bad one. I mean, Nasser was a freak. Paul Dillette was a freak. It was just there was some really crazy good guys. So, man, if you remove Ronnie Coleman, and then those guys are getting compared differently, Cormier nails it. Could have been Mr. Olympia, I think. Did you hear about the recent fitness drama? Patrick Brookwood, punched out some guy on tape. I saw that. Patrick Moore, I think he was a boxer, right? Wasn't he a Golden Gloves boxer? English or Spanish? Definitely Spanish. The assault caused a rift on Arch Muscle. Lucido endorsed snitching. What did he say, Scatman? Top 5 most Jewish and black names separately. So can we're going last names? Goldberg, Goldfarb, anything Witz, Schneider, although there are some German Schneiders. Anything Baum, Rossenbaum, Farb. On the black side, Smith, number 1, definitely. I know everybody here has a black friend whose last name's Smith. That's got to be number 1. Jones, Lewis, Smith, Jones, Lewis, Jackson, and I'm giving you 4. Now, if we're going first names, man, I got to put some thought into this. First names, I know a lot of Jewish Erics. Adams, Aarons, Andrew, On the black side, I know a lot of blacks named Chris. Ton of black Chris. Chris is a very common black name. Very common black name. I actually know a lot of black guys named Matt also. But then you can get into some of the fancier names. I know quite a few black Lamars. Everybody has a black friend named Junebug. Don't lie. Mancini, same here, my brother. My apologies for not being on. It's okay, buddy. We all got our own things going on. Don't worry. I'm taking Spanish over English. Just finished leg workout, thought I would show you this. Hell yeah. Blast from the past, baby. Get that little flaccid weenie out. To Die For 1995 with Nicole Kidman, or The Virgin Suicides with Kirsten Dunst. I like Nicole Kidman on that one. We're going with Nicole Kidman. McLeod or Hamburg? Oh, I gotta go McLeod for sure. For sure. I still love Apple II Mancini. Hang in there, buddy. We all have our times like that. Bolshoi, let's see. The President of the United States of America, Lump, ooh. Or Offspring, Pretty Fly for a White Guy. Kind of a cheesy song. Offspring had some pretty good songs, but that one I thought was pretty cheesy. It was catchy. So I'm going with Lump on that one. Taking it back to the 90s. Bringing me back to high school on that one. Zionic says, I'm between 20 to 25% body fat, 239, 5'11", down from 290 last year. You're good, man. You're on your way, brother. Keep it going. Keep it going. Wait till you see what that looks like cut in half. Wait till you see what that looks like at 12%. Hi, my love.
I just put the pillows together.
Oh, okay, thank you. Paula Abdul, straight up now tell me, is it gonna be you and me together? Or Madonna. I love Madonna. Used to love her at least. Get into the groove, boy, you've got to prove your love to me. I think I'm going Madonna on that one. Although I do love me some Paula Abdul. I'd rather have sexy time with Paula Abdul, personally. Let's see. Mancini, you might get some sushi today. I have not had sushi in so long because, you know, when you're pregnant, which I'm not, but my wife is, you can't have sushi. You cannot have sushi when you're pregnant, so I haven't had sushi this entire time because we typically eat together. I suppose I could. Where am I from? Originally, I'm from Danbury, Connecticut, but I am down here in Boca Raton, Florida. Rat is not your all-time favorite band, Badabuko. I refuse to believe that. I refuse to believe that. Rat is nobody's all-time favorite band. Who among white bodybuilders had the biggest Johnson in locker room on a stage in trunks that you've seen? You know, I can't say that I've paid that kind of attention to the wieners. I'll tell you, my man Bo, I know you guys know Bo Lewis at Blackstone Labs. I hate to put him on blast like this, but I had a judge tell me to tell him he needs to wear different trunks to hide his Mendango action. Tail Chance put a tube sock in his trunks. That's hilarious. I've never even thought about that when competing. The action that you have in your pants is typically dead at that point. Comes right back though. What do you think about Trump being president of the US? I think it's a great time for the country, Little Dancer. I'm very happy about it. You know, I missed a couple years when I was in prison, but what I came home to was tremendously different than what I thought, when I expected. The economy's in the gutter. The world is a bunch of Looney Tunes running around. We got guys going in girls' bathrooms, guys beating records in girls' sports. It's a crazy place out there. And, you know, we're shipping money all over the world and not taking care of the people here. A lot of changes need to be made. So I'm looking forward to seeing what happens. Nasser did not beat Dorian, no. He got second place. But I think that was a really, really bad call. As much of a fan of Dorian that I was, one thing about me with bodybuilding is a lot of guys get really behind their favorite competitors. You know, for me, Ronnie Coleman, loved Ronnie Coleman. You know, freaking loved Ronnie Coleman, loved Jay. You know, loved Jay. You know, had different guys that I really, really was rooting for over the years. That being said, when I watch a show, I have the ability to look at it completely objectively and say who should win on this day. And although I wasn't there present, which I always tell people, it's much different when you're there present. That was a very, very amazing version of Nasser and not a great version of Dorian. As tremendous as he was, his body was starting to fall apart. I do not play piano recovery, dog. Do you? Well, unless they change the laws, he won't be able to run a third time. But I do expect J.D. Vance to be groomed as the next president after this. Def Leppard or Scorpions? I go Def Leppard, but Scorpions had some great songs. There's no one like you. RX Muscle was heated yesterday. Wow, so there was really drama there. Did Kai deserve to beat Phil at least once? So I was there for all of those. Those I can tell you I was present for. And I honestly was rooting for Kai because I was doing business with him back then. But no, Phil had him. It was very close one year, but Phil still had him. And part of it was because I felt Kai was almost... I appreciate you guys. I will be back tomorrow. God bless you all if you can hear me. Peace out, guys.